Coach, thanks. As mentioned, we are on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. It's sold out Heinz Field in the Steel City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Set, 180! Check 99! Check 99! Hey, check 24! Watch 24! King! 155! That's right, man.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
No.
A first carry now for Thompson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. He's got Thompson here, complete. Call it a 1-yard gain of the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, go. 49, guys. Mike.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
First down, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wondered, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Let's go.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check tight. Check tight. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Kill. 50. Show that bench release and go. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line.
Check 31. Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Roethlisberger eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it and avoids the contact by sliding. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
The Browns drive about to get started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33.
You got me right. Don't be scared. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check safety. Check safety.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Browns.
Let's go.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Browns 3, Steelers nothing.
180. King. Check.
On first down, Thompson. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Pardon, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Check 24. Check 36.
They'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 40-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go. Check 24. Check 24. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Regular. 49. Hey, Will. Check. Mike.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Check. Lucky.
A toss play to Chubb. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Give the tackle there to Keon Crossan. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Pistol. 49, guys. Mike, 49. And here we go. Hey, Zoo. Watch the pass. My God.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Hey, switch gears. Sponge.
To Thompson on the draw. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19. Yard line.
Terrell Edmonds on the tackle.
Let's go.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Cleveland.
Red, 180. Come on.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Defense, keep it up, guys.
Here's Mayfield. Got an open man. It's Ratley. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
Switch.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Like 5. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. What we got?
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
180. Exit. Eight. Mike, 53. Mike. I got you.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Out. You good? Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
We got double up. Check 26.
Now a handoff here to his running back. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
On second and 11 now. Roethlisberger under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Mack Wilson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
He's checking. Crash. Take 4. Slam.
They begin this drive with Chubb. Oh, refusing to go down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
20. You ain't doing nothing today.
Mayfield on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Hey, alert! Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Throwing on second down. Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor. And that'll make it 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
And again, it's Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think that they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Again, it's Barkley. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
In your face. Check nine, check nine. Bang, 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 bang.
Now Saquon Barkley. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
All day, baby, all day, all day,
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Check 53's Mike. Check 53's Mike.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Flush to his right. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. The toss out to Barkley. Take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Saquon Barkley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 13-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Yeah, let's get that ball, dude. Let's get that ball right here. Set. Real. Check. 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 Kill.
First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing, Mayfield, firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Mayfield to Thompson on the screen. Space to maneuver at the 40. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Check the backer, check the backer.
A run for Nick Chubb. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he's got this down to the 35. Big yardage there for the Browns. 18. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now Chubb. Fights through him. And a good stiff arm and some space to run. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows?
That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So Apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Second down at the 23-yard line.
Like 30. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Carter, kill. No foul. 53 for Mike. Jack 16. Takes both of them. Back.
On second and 11 now. Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught at the 20. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 57 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Watch twins.
On second and 2, Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point put through by Boswell. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we get them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second and 9, Mayfield. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Mayfield now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Mayfield to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The rookie from Michigan there defensively. That's Devin Bush making the play.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
180! Kill! Slam! Shoot!
They run. Chubb. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. They'll step aside. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Mayfield. He gets this into the hands of Taylor.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The Browns on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. This is Thompson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Now it's Roethlisberger. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Damian Ratley, his first touchdown on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Seibert on for the PAT. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
Chubb. And an alley to run. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They toss it left side to Chubb. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. As his guys are in for 6. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
On the ground, it's Chubb. Oh, he's got some breathing room. 20. They can't tackle him. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now Chubb running right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30.
Next to score, Browns 44. Steelers 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Keep playing hard.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Greedy Williams picks it off.
His guys take over first and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Set. 180. 55. Ricky.
Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote.
A loss of a yard brings up second and 11 at the 47-yard line. Tonight's final score, Browns.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking.